Nigeria. But then I would like to take just a bit of a shift, to one of such happenings that's been going on in the country, and that would be from the health sector. I mean, how many of you still realize the fact that we have MPOX? MPOX is still very, very prevalent in our society. You may say that, well, I'm not affected. Oh, okay, MPOX is of the north, or MPOX is of the south, MPOX is of the east. All of these does not matter, and it doesn't hold water, because MPOX is a disease, is a virus, if I'm not mistaken. Well, I've got the professionals here, and they will indeed add their voice, to the discourse this morning. I've got sitting right here in the studio. We were looking into matters that concern understanding MPOX, public health, transmission, and prevention. I've got my guest, who's Mary Caleb. She is a health promotion and education officer, public health department, FCT. Welcome to the Pro Show this morning.
Thank you. Good morning.
Right. Okay, so you heard her voice. They say ladies first. Now let's go to the male in the studio. I'm talking about Dr. Emmanuel Avese. I hope I pronounced that one correctly, though. He is the PMAR coordinator, Nigerian Red Cross, FCT. Welcome aboard.
Thank you.
All right, awesome. Smiles on his face, but is it really the smiling situation in Nigeria when it comes to MPOX? Well, they are indeed going to tell us. But let's give a bit of a background to the discourse this morning. MPOX, which is formerly known as monkeypox, right, is a viral disease caused by the MPOX virus. So I was correct. It's a disease and it's a virus. Okay. It's part of the orthopoxy virus, or orthopox virus genus. Now, the disease was first identified in 1958 in monkeys, and the first human case was reported in 1970s in the Democratic Republic of Congo. MPOX has been a public health concern in Central and West Africa, with outbreaks reported in various countries. Now, the disease can spread through close contact with infected animals or humans, and symptoms include fever. Now, you should pay attention. Headaches, muscle aches, and characteristic rash. Well, professionals are here, so they're going to be telling us more about it. But what is the Nigerian experience? You're asking that question. Now, Nigeria has reported cases of MPOX in the past, and the country has taken steps to strengthen its public health response to the disease. Now, the Nigeria Center for Disease Control, NCDC, they've issued guidelines for the diagnosis, the treatment, the prevention of MPOX. But there are key areas that we'll be looking into. We're looking at, what is MPOX itself. We'll be looking at the mode of transmission. I mean, we'll be looking at how to stay safe from contacting MPOX. We'll look at the Red Cross role in sensitization. And then also we'll look at how to join the Red Cross and support the work. Okay, so this is very, very important. Now I'm going to start with the lady. All right, they say ladies first. So yeah. let's show that respect and cordiality, by the way. So I'd like to ask, what is MPOX actually?
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
So, like you said, MPOX. So, MPOX is a zoonotic disease that is caused by the monkeypox virus, which is a part of the orthopox virus genus. And it was first, like you said, it was first discovered in the laboratory monkeys in 1958. But it primarily occurs in certain species of rodents, and it has been reported in various human cases.
Right, awesome. Now, I'd like to ask you again, quite a number of people be asking questions like, is it communicable? Is it transferable? I don't know, right, and all of that. What is the mode of transmission?
Okay, yes, MPOX is transmissible.
Really?
It can be transferred from one person to another.
Wow.
And you can get it through the direct contact. That's through the skin, lesion, body fluid, or respiratory droplets of an infected person or animal. Then you can get it through respiratory droplets, which it can be spread through respiratory droplets in prolonged face-to-face interaction.
Right.
Through this, it's not primary mode of transmission, but it can be transmitted also through contaminated materials. That's contact with the contaminated surfaces of objects, such as bedding or clothing. It can also result in to infection.
Oh, to infections too. MPOX can also lead to infection.
Yes.
Oh, that's scary now. But how do we stay safe from contacting MPOX? I'd like to hear from the doctor now.
Yeah, so personal hygiene is highly recommended for everyone to stay safe from contacting the virus. So like washing your hands, the fruits you eat, make sure you wash them properly, and then even the food you cook, you make sure you cook that properly. And then personal hygiene, like your own body. You went out, make contact with people, and you came in. There's every need for you to wash your hands. Make sure the clothing you went out for are properly washed and all.
Okay. But some would say, I have pets now. Come on, this pet is my best friend. You know, there's a lot of people who say that human beings will break my heart, but my pets knows my emotions, know how I feel, so they won't leave me and all of that. So you see them eat food and put it in the mouth of the pet and say, okay, let's share my baby, or let's share my little pet. What do you think about that in regards to this?
Yeah, that's unsafe acts.
Unsafe?
And yeah, very, very unsafe.
Oh.
Yeah. So we even tell you the pet you have your doctors where you go run checks to see if these pets are affected or not, because from the transmission, like my colleague rightly said, you could actually contact them from infected animals.
Okay.
So it's very important you run checks and also get vaccinated. It's very, very important.
Get vaccinated. So make sure your pets go see a vet doctor right there. Let me come back to the female in the house now. What about the doctor mentioned issues of cooking your food properly, but some would say, oh, a vegetable soup, if you cook it so hard too much, the heat will kill the leaf, the nutrients from it will die, and it doesn't make sense. What's your take on that? Because some people do like to say cook it halfly done.
Yes.
Right.
Actually, sometimes, yes, we have this mentality of saying, okay, like you rightly said, let's not cook it that much so that we don't kill the nutrients in the food. But actually, like right from processing, right from the beginning, from the processing, there is a way we talk about hygiene.
Right.
After buying your vegetables from the markets, we advise that it's good you wash it properly. We have vinegar, we have salt that you can wash it under running water. So after that, you cover it very well.
Right.
Even after cooking, because sometimes it's not during the cooking, but in the process, maybe like after, it can get contaminated. So even after cooking, there are some vegetables that you can just maybe like steam it or something, but it's advisable, especially during the outbreak. Okay, so you can cook it very well. After then, you take care of it very well. You cover it properly, so that at least the rodent will not get access to it.
Right. So in other words, it means that there are some food or some meal that is prepared, maybe following the process, but because you didn't cover it, and then the rodents, poaching on it, before you know it, somebody's having a running stomach and stuff.
Yes.
And this could also be, Clay, I don't want to imagine what I'm imagining now. I hope that one of the rodents is not one of the MPOX carrying rodent that would, I get that point though. But yeah, let's switch to the doctor now, Dr. Emmanuel. I mean, you'd given some, all right. Okay, instructor. Okay, I beg your pardon. He gave me a correction. Forgive me. But don't worry. I see you wearing the white robe. You never know. You might just be on your way to the doctorates, But yeah, he's an instructor. Instructor Emmanuel is with the Red Cross as a representative now. Well, now I want to ask you, we do understand the fact that Red Cross plays a very critical, role in sensitization, and especially for communities about the MPOX prevention, control measures, and all of that. I mean, the organization also works to promote and allow for understanding and awareness, of the disease, to encourage individuals to, take those decisive steps to protecting themselves and all of that. What do you now think is the role of sensitization with the Red Cross, as it comes to matters that concern, the topical issue that we are discussing, keeping in mind the fact that we've seen, the outbreak of MPOX. I mean, in some parts of the north, it's been reported and all of that, and other parts of the country too has been reported. I mean, the NCDC is giving us some reports, but it doesn't seem as though a lot of people are paying attention to it. What is the role of the Red Cross?
Yeah, so thank you for that.
Right.
Red Cross has presence in the 36 states, including FCT, making it 37.
They have presence in 36 states?
Yes,
Red Cross?
FCT, yeah. We have branches across the country, and including FCT, making it easy for us to penetrate communities where this message might not reach them. So we have divisions in the states. These divisions have units, detachments that are spread across different communities.
Right.
So just like the MPOX, we partner with like the public health, NCDC, and other partners involved in this.
Okay.
So even for the project still ongoing, volunteers have been activated across these states affected to go out to carry out what we call risk communication and community engagement. And then they also do active case search, contact tracing, and then they provide what we call social support to those affected by this, and then do what we call referrals to where they could get advanced treatment or even get vaccinated, as the case may be.
Right.
So I've been doing that for several months, and it's still ongoing. And Red Cross is supporting the partners with these core areas I just said, the risk communication and community engagement. And you discover that in most cases, some people in these communities might not maybe the normal language of the English language. You get communities where they find it difficult to do that. So one good thing with Red Cross is our volunteers cut across all different languages.
Right.
So where we see there'll be a barrier in language, in communication, we send in volunteers who could pass this message with the local languages at this level.
All right. Well, let me switch to the health professional representative, or the health professional sitting here in your right, Mary. I want to believe that there's been efforts, at sensitization, not just for MPOX now, for every other, disease or virus related and all of that. Would you say that the Red Cross has been very helpful in the aspect of reaching out to the communities?
Yeah, sure. Because like you rightfully said earlier, we have this unit in our public health department that is called risk communication and community engagement, where we go to the community, we sensitize people, we involve the community people in sensitizing the people. Like he said, in case if there is any issue, maybe a communication barrier, we use the people in that community to pass that message in their local language. So honestly, they have been really helpful in this, because on our own, I think we can't do it alone, because it's a collective effort. It's everybody's responsibility.
Right.
The health workers, the volunteers, the funders, and the rest. So it's really helpful.
So would you encourage, the listener now to be a part of this, will I call it a campaign? I mean, joining the health workers, joining the Red Cross, to see that at least the lives of Nigerians, of a Nigerian, let's start with a Nigerian, is secured. How would you encourage? If you were to encourage somebody listening now, what would you say?
Yes, I will encourage, like I said earlier, it's not is a collective effort.
Right.
Okay, it's everybody's responsibility, because our health is in our hands. Okay, as a health worker, our responsibility is just to let you know that these are the signs and symptoms. So in case if you see that, okay, this is the signs, because many people, we have this mentality of, okay, if you're having headache, a fever or something, the next thing you just go to the chemist.
That's right.
You just get over-counter drugs and the rest, which is very, very wrong. This might be a sign of something else. So please, we always encourage that. If you notice any sign or symptoms of something, be it headache, rash or something, let's not just conclude that it's this or start going to the chemist. Let's just go straight to the health facility.
All right. Go straight to the health facility now. Well, we've got to ask yet another question now to the instructor who is right here. How do we join Red Cross? If I am having an interest now, I mean, you've spoken comprehensive wisdom. Well, how do I join Red Cross?
Yeah, thank you. Many people feel when you mention Red Cross, it's health, or I have to have a health background before I join. No.
Really?
Yeah. Red Cross cuts across all segments or walks of life.
Wow.
So you don't need to be in the health profession. You don't need to have a medical background for you to be to join the Red Cross. As the case may be, we accept volunteers from all phases of life. So the only thing someone needs to do is have passion for humanitarian service, because that's what our 7 fundamental principles are built on. So when you are ready to serve humanity, then Red Cross is the right place to go. And how do you do this? We have an online platform where you could sit anywhere around the world, and then you join Red Cross. And that's our website, www.redcrossnigeria.
You're too fast.
www.redcrossnigeria.org.
Please, one more time.
www.redcrossnigeria.org.
Okay.
When you're on the site, you just click on Get Involved, and then a user interface will pop up for you to join us, and then you do an online registration. It will redirect you to the unit you or the state branch you belong. So it means anywhere in Nigeria at all, you could do your registration. The only thing is, once registration is complete, you contact the nearest branch for further information. The good thing with Red Cross is we even accept children from secondary schools, because we have, and primary schools, we have children joining from our school unit department. So it's not just an adult thing, a teenage thing, or even children could start, because when you build them at that little level and they grow up, they become better humanitarians, and the world becomes a safer place. We have different programs we run. We do trainings that cuts across different aspects. We do disaster management, first aid trainings. We do community-based healthcare and all trainings. And then for every project we embark on, there's always training for volunteers before they embark or go on that project. So everybody should join Red Cross.
Everybody should join Red Cross. Now you heard it from the instructor, Emmanuel Avese. I like this name though. Avese. Okay. And yes, we've got Mary right here in the studio as well, and she is a health professional. I'd like to see her that way, because that's what she is. Mary Caleb is a health promotion and education officer, public health department, FCT. Mary, one more question that I need to ask you. I mean, as a health professional, you are well versed, with diseases, virus, and all of that. You must have also been through certain risks, in the process of doing this, which of course, on Workers' Day like this, we want to use this medium to appreciate what you do, as well as to you, Mr. Emmanuel Avese, right? What you do as workers. I mean, they call us the special duties, so there's no break for what we do and all. But then, what do you think about the perception of Nigerians that, MPOX is a northern thing? Some people will say, it's a southern thing, it's an eastern thing. In fact, some will say it's recklessness. People who are just reckless, they don't know how to live their life. So we are very, very okay. We are all right. We don't think MPOX can come to us in any ways.
I don't think that's true.
You don't think so?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what would you say to Nigerians? Because there must be a listener now listening and saying, they've been reporting the case in Zamfara, in Sokoto, that's the place, that's the region. It cannot come here.
Yeah, because, MPOX is a communicable disease.
Okay.
It can be transferred from one person to another. So if you are having that thought that, maybe is for a particular group or something, you can get in contact with that person. Assuming somebody from the north or from the south is having that disease, and maybe one way or the other, you can meet any way. The moment you have contact with that person, you are at risk. So, like Emmanuel said, personal hygiene, keeping yourself distance from the contact, from
social distancing.
You keep distance from the person that is carrying the disease, and so it's very, very important. It's not a personal something that you say, it can't come to you, so it can.
So when it does, what should that person do? Let's say I discover, I've got MPOX and everything. What should I do?
Once you once you know, because you can't until
you
it's
have
confirmed.
to go.
You go to the
so
hospital.
Once it's confirmed,
once it's confirmed from the hospital, they will take it up from there.
They'll take it up. Okay, there are
so
processes.
the best thing is when you notice any of these symptoms, just go to the hospital.
You might want to tell us what these symptoms are again, because I don't know, somebody who listened now, probably somebody just joined in now, and he or she is trying to make sense of what the symptoms are. What are the symptoms that if I notice now, I should go get checked, and have a lot of thoughts in my head that maybe it's this, maybe it's that, until it's confirmed.
We have many symptoms.
Okay.
You can notice some rashes in your body. You can have a body ache. You can have fever, muscle pull, chills and fatigue. All these things are symptoms of MPOX. Yes.
Right. Okay. Well, your final thoughts, Instructor Emmanuel Avase.
Yeah. So our advice are Nigerians to stay safe. It's everybody's business to make sure we are safe from contacting MPOX.
Right.
Like she rightly said, you can't say it's a northern thing, it's a southern thing, it's an eastern thing and all, because people travel from one place to the other, people interact on daily basis.
Right.
So it's everyone's responsibility to keep safe. And when you get an information like this, it's good to act on.
All right. Awesome. Have international organizations also been assisting in the process so far? From the health perspective, what role can international organizations play, in ensuring that these things too, they render support, to what you do?
Okay, we said earlier, we have been partnering with Red Cross which is an organization.
Yes.
We are the public health. So we have volunteers. They can help us with volunteers because we cannot do it alone.
Right, you mentioned.
Understand? So they can help us with other health personnel, other the AIC materials, any fundings and the rest. So we need their support.
All right. Well, for your final advice to Nigerians right now on this topical issue this morning.
So the awareness of MPOX is going on. So it's transmission, route of transmission. The symptoms and prevention strategies can help in controlling and reducing the risk of outbreak. So if someone suspects they have been exposed to the MPOX or show any symptoms, it's essential to seek for medical advice.
Right, seek medical advice right there and be safe. And that's what the health professional, has put out there. I'm talking about none other person but Mary Caleb, who is the Health Promotion and Education Officer, Public Health Department, FCT, as well as Instructor Emmanuel Avese, who is the PMAR Coordinator, Nigerian Red Cross, FCT. Welcome and thank you for, giving us this information. I mean, there's a lot of things that you said that I even didn't really know about, this discourse. Thank you once again for making it to the studio at the time that you did, even on short notice. We appreciate.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate. And that's all we have right now. I believe that you've been able to you've been intimated in terms of information concerning MPOX. It is not a northern thing. It is not a southern thing. It is not an eastern thing. It is an everybody's thing. Everybody's thing in the sense that not because we are owning it as ours, but we're saying that the prevention, they say, is better than cure. All right? My name is Udwak Daniel. I'll be coming back in a short bit. Don't go away.
Are you ready for this?
Keep that frequency clear.
We're live.
I woke up with a feeling.
Eagles FM 102.3 Abuja.
Mueva, shumsa shona. Mueva, shumsa shona. Rinava kaza ritini bana fesiri tatalone elufuna. Rinava kaza ritini bana fesiri tatalone fesirufuna. Nabadi banna mitini bana fesiri tatalone hayelufuna. Baby matuna mitini beti wewe ni tatalone lufuna. Maralufuna holu, lufisa butungu pesi wanalufuna. Maralufuna holu, Lutisa butungu bana kwezi Marali rakoleta Nikwisha butuku bana rakoleta Marali ranzuleri Lutisa kubala bana Bamwe bashimsa Uza